Wednesdays are for long runs for my life schedule. Question of the day: what day of the week do you do your long run, and why is it that day of the week? Maybe you're a nurse and you work on the weekends, so you got to do it Tuesday or Thursday or Monday or Friday. Also, I will flip to Mondays later in this Jersey City half marathon training block. I'll flip to Mondays for the long run. All right, we're almost to 5 miles. Feeling good. Name the quote from the movie. Hold, hold, hold. That's what I'm doing right now. Just holding back the reins a little.
And we're back. There's the run on your screen. 23 miles, feeling good out there. Name that movie. Hold, hold, hold. All right, that's a great one of my favorite movies. You guys know it. If you're a fan of history, we'll put it that way. Okay, for the long run, it's just amazing how years go by in life, on YouTube, the long run, and I remember going to Boulder to make a vlog all about the long run. I'll try to remember, link to it upper right hand corner and also at the end. And I don't think I actually mentioned this as a strategy with respect to what I like to do in a training block, progressing through the training block, specifically about the long run, okay? And this connects, of course, to the half marathon and just key points I like to dial into when I'm making sure, doing a little check-in, a little oil change on the training block to make sure I'm really moving in the right direction, okay? When I am building into the training block, ascending, where is it? All right, there it is. When I'm ascending upward, okay, through here, I'm really not concerned about pace at all. I'm just trying to get the legs moving and make sure I can still do this thing called long distance running. I'm not concerned. I'm just getting the miles in, listening to the legs, and so pace is fairly irrelevant those first 3, 4, 5, even 6 weeks of a training block, depending on how fast. Remember, we talked about this, was it last week or just a couple days ago, how quickly you ascend up to your peak volume. But once I arrive at that peak volume, I really like to dial into specific paces, but more importantly, cutting down the pace. Why? Because we're getting ready for the good stuff, the fast stuff. Specifically for me, the threshold training. I'm a big fan of threshold training. We're going to talk about that at another time, but what is threshold training? But in order to get ready for threshold training, I'm not just going to go out and rip, in my case, 5:30 pace. I'm not going to do it. I got to build up to it. All right, that's my strategy so that, we got to talk about this as well in this training block, so that I'm peaking. I don't think enough, at least from what I've seen on the intrawebs, I don't think we talk enough about peaking for a peak race, but peaking at the right time. Not peaking too early. I'm not saying I've done it perfectly for me, but when I've coached in the past, I have seen athletes with my own 2 eyes who I have coached who peak at the right time, and they are primed and pumped and ready to rock and roll on the starting line at the championship race, or in your case, at your peak race. Anyway, that's a topic I don't even think I've talked much about that, like how do you peak at the right moment? Not too early, not too late. So for me, and here it is for the half marathon training, what I like to check in on, first of all, do a long run. Come back a week later, come back 2 weeks later, come back 3 weeks later, and do the same course. That's important. All right, to do it in the same direction. This course that I did today, the 23 miler is, sometimes I do it clockwise, today was counterclockwise. And it's just to change it up a little bit mentally, and you look at different things. Just a little tip of the day when you run counterclockwise versus clockwise. But today I did counterclockwise, same as last week. And here are the splits on your screen. So I ran basically 20 seconds a mile faster today versus a week ago. Great. Okay, great. That's a good. And I felt, and that's where the hold. Like the first 8 miles, I was just holding back, trying not to get too aggressive because it's not time. And we want to peak at the right time. We don't want to peak too early. We don't want to peak too late. We want to peak at the right time in a training block. But more importantly, all right, the BPM, the beats per minute, the heart rate went down. All right, I believe only 2 beats, but so this is the intersection where your pace is getting faster. All right, your pace is getting faster, but is this making sense with my hands? Your heart rate is actually dropping. What does that mean? The aerobic engine is saying hello again. It's the fitness is coming back, the endurance is coming back, and that is my key observation that I notice in my training blocks is that okay, I'm actually running faster on the same course, but the heart rate overall average is dropping just a smidge, but that's a good sign. So question of the day, what is a key sign that you look for in your training blocks to just a little check-in to make sure, okay, am I actually moving in the right direction here in preparation for that peak race starting line? All right, like what do you look for? Okay, maybe it's your turnover, maybe it's your VO2 max, whatever the case may be. I mean, there's so many things you could look at. But for me, it's okay. The pace is dropping and the heart rate is also dropping. Like it's just it's a nice little reassurance that things are moving in the right direction. All right, that is it. Question of the day, we got it. I'm thinking in the next couple of days, probably not till next week, we will, well, I still want to talk about key workouts. We'll probably do that next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe threshold training later in the week, about a week from now. So on where we go, the playlist, actually, no. The long run, it's old school. It's fun. It's got an old school DGR vlogging right there from, it's got to be 5 years. It might even be 6 years old at this point. I don't even know. It was a long time. It was probably 2019. Yeah, oh man, time waits for no man. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other.